Today we're going to talk about the Ford F-150. Now this is the 13th generation of F-Series trucks for Ford. They've been doing this a long time. This one in particular is a 2017. This generation started in 2015. The styling on this, first impressions walking up to this vehicle, are nice clean lines. It's kind of a handsome vehicle. It's not overly done. This generation is shown to be really popular. Ford is pushing 1 million on their sales numbers annually in the United States with these now. And it's easy to see why. Trucks have become very usable for daily life. So not only is it a great tool to go do a lot of work with, but also you've got a lot of room and creature comforts inside for daily driving. So this one in particular is the crew cab. There's a lot of space in the front and in the back seat of this truck. Now this one here has the 5.5 foot bed. There's also a 6.5 foot bed option on these crew cabs. But the back of this Ford truck is actually pretty nice. Really like the taillights on this generation. They've done a good job. So right now we're gonna get inside and we'll go over the interior and then we'll take it for a drive. All right, so now we're inside the F-150, and the first thing you notice is definitely the commanding ride height. Visibility is really good, and you kind of feel like you're sitting on top of the world a little bit. So if you're used to being in a small sedan or a small SUV, this is definitely a big change, and you may like it. Sometimes sitting up high and being able to see more provides a feeling of comfort, of safety, and that's definitely present in this truck. So while you have tons of room in here, I have my seat almost all the way back, and there is still a ton of room in this back seat. You can tell I'm a good distance from my passenger as compared to being in a car, and I just feel like I'm in my captain's chair, and I'm in control, and everything is still, even with all the space in here, everything is still really easy to get to. So ergonomically, they've done a good job with the buttons on the steering wheel and the buttons on the center stack. You don't have to take your eyes off the road for too long to adjust anything over here because it's all pretty clear and easy to read. The Ford Sync system has come a long way since they designed it at the beginning of the decade, and it was good then, and it's even better now. The Sync system allows you through voice control to control everything from your stereo, the music you're listening to or whatever, as well as making phone calls, and you can even use it for vehicle diagnostics and getting information as well as navigation. It's a really nice feature, and it really works well, Ford's new Sync system. But everything's pretty easy to read in here. I feel like I'm in a pretty good seating position, and I think I want to take it for a drive and see what it's like on the road. My favorite thing about being in a truck is you're in a vehicle with big tires, and you don't feel all the little bumps. That stuff doesn't bother you. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go 100 miles an hour over a set of speed bumps, but it's really nice and comfortable way of driving. And you almost feel like you're floating sometimes when you're driving, and it's a really pleasant experience. Now this particular truck has the 5-liter V8, that Coyote motor that Ford has just perfected. The power is good, the power is smooth. It's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission in this one. In 2018 they actually switched to the 10-speed automatic, but this one feels really good. I like the way it's geared for going around town. The other option is the EcoBoost motor. That's the turbocharged V6. And while it's really good on power and good acceleration, all of those things, I have known them to be a little more shift happy. So if you're cruising around down the highway or something, it's a little more, it wants to shift a lot more often to stay in that power band. And I actually prefer the comfort of the V8 and the way that it drives. The steering feel in this truck is really soft, as most new trucks are. It's an easy car to just cruise up and down the road in. Listen, it's a bigger truck. Maybe you're looking for a smaller truck, or you're looking for a smaller SUV, but you have some things you want to do, some work you want to get done that can only be done by a bigger truck. Then you really have to think about, do you want to deal with parking something this large, you know, going around turns in something this large, or even parking garages or something like that? It's a little bit more of a task to drive something this big, especially if you're used to cars or sedans or coupes. It's a whole different world. So you have to decide if that's something you want to do on a daily basis. So while I have complimented the amount of room you have in the interior, I guess you could say there is a drawback to that. For instance, if I have a kid in a car seat in the back, there's no way that I'm going to be able to turn around and reach him while I'm at a stoplight. If I need to give him something or take something from him or her, it's just not going to happen because they are way back there. But if you have some adult passengers back there, they're really going to appreciate that. Tons of legroom and tons of headroom. So we really like this truck, like the styling. We know it's got lots of room. We really know that it's practical for a lot of different things. You can do a whole lot with this vehicle, but does it fit into your life? Is it what you're looking for? If you're looking for something that does everything, you know, family duty, hauling lots of people, put lots of stuff in, maybe need to tow something every once in a while or put stuff in the back, do work like that, this is going to be perfect for you, obviously. But if you were looking for a family hauler, an SUV, and you thought, oh, it would be really cool to get a truck, and I'll just get a crew cab that's going to be big enough to do all the family duty, and it'll be a truck. You've never owned one, maybe you want to think about things like, do I really have room for this in my garage? Do I want to try to park something this large all the time? Do I want to deal with the occasional U-turn that I can't make because it's just got too large of a turning radius? You got to think about those things. But if you have room for this in your life and you need a vehicle that's going to do everything, this is a great choice. So this is the 2017 F-150. This has been Drive It Out. Thank you for watching. Please check out our other car reviews and don't forget to subscribe.